Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Functional Neurology Center Concussion and Brain Recovery Summit of 2025. My name is Dr. Alexis Romas, and today we're going to be talking about meningeal lymphatics and the brain's immune system. So this is a groundbreaking discovery that's completely changed how we think about the brain and its ability to heal. For a long time, we were taught that the brain was immune privileged and isolated from the body's lymphatic system. However, a discovery in 2015 flipped that idea on its head. This presentation will explain and explore the brain's newly discovered immune highway and what it means for concussion recovery, neurodegenerative diseases, and long-term brain health. So, first, we're going to talk about the old view and the new discovery. So the old view for decades are that textbooks taught that the brain had no lymphatic system. A new discovery in 2015 showed that meningeal lymphatic vessels exist in the dura mater, and these vessels connect the brain directly to the body's peripheral lymphatic system. This slide highlights the dramatic shift in our understanding. The old model was that essentially the brain was an isolated island when it came to waste clearance and immunity. The discovery of these vessels were a game changer and revealed that the brain has its own sanitization and immune system, and it connects the brain directly to the body's peripheral lymphatic system. Think of it like a city that was thought to have no sanitization system, and then suddenly we discover a hidden network of pipes and drains keeping it clean. It's just such a cool discovery. So what are meningeal lymphatics? And what do those vessels actually do? So they are our brain's drainage system. They work in conjunction with the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system pushes fluid through the brain, and the meningeal lymphatics acts as a final drain, taking the fluid and its contents away into the cervical lymph nodes. This team effort is essential for a healthy and functioning brain. It's how the brain gets rid of junk and just kind of manages all the inflammation and regulates all of that. So concussion as a traffic jam. So concussion can cause cerebral spinal flow stagnation. So in trauma impairs that flow of CSF. Concussion can also cause inflammation, and post-concussion neuroinflammations overwhelms the system with immune cells. It can have vascular stress because it changes in the blood flow, affecting the pumping action of the system, and neck dysfunction causes injury of the neck to restrict the outflow of fluid. After a concussion, this finely tuned system can break down, leading to persistent symptoms. Instead of smooth flow, the system gets backed up. This traffic jam of waste and inflammatory cells is what we believe drives many of the prolonged symptoms patients experience after a concussion. It's the key reason why a concussion is more than just a brain bruise. It can cause symptoms like brain fog, headaches, and fatigue. So the clinical connection. The reason that this is important is because it can cause prolonged concussion recovery, neurodegenerative disease, and chronic neuroinflammation. This isn't just about concussion. The health of this system is critical for long-term brain health. The buildup of proteins like amyloid beta in Alzheimer's is a perfect example of what happens when this clearance system fails over time. Now, the animal studies that we have are incredibly promising, showing that we can potentially improve brain health by targeting the system and improving it. Improving the drainage reduces neuroinflammation and improves cognition. So there's a lot of different clinical strategies that we have that can support this system. For example, cervical spine mobility. We can do this with manual therapy, chiropractic care, and neck care 3D training to improve craniocervical mechanics and venous lymphatic outflow. We can also do different things with CSF flow therapies. So we can do targeting breathing drills. I know that at this clinic we have something called the theatrics chair, which can help enhance fluid pulsatility, and it can also support lymphatic clearance. Now, another thing that we can do is sleep optimization. The lymphatic system peaks during slow wave sleep Therefore, prioritizing sleep is crucial. We can also do low-level laser therapy, because what that does is it modulates inflammation and supports mitochondrial function. And so we can do this with zirconia lasers, and there's a couple different types that they have, which could be red light laser, or it could be green or violet, etc. Another treatment that we can do is focus on breathing and autonomics. This can be with diaphragmatic breathing, HRV training, and vagus nerve stimulation, and it helps normalize vascular and lymphatic flow. Another one that we can do is exercise-graded aerobic activity, because it restores the pumping mechanism for fluid movement of the CSF and lymphatic flow. So many of these interventions are things that we already do with neurorehab, but now we have a deeper understanding of how and why they work. For example, we now know that improving neck mobility isn't just about pain. It's about restoring a critical outflow pathway for the brain. Sleep isn't just about rest, it's the brain's power wash cycle, so it can just get everything moving better. So the future of diagnosis. There's emerging research that's coming out where researchers are exploring advanced imaging techniques like MRI tracers and near-infrared imaging to measure lymphatic flow. Our current clinical practice of how we're doing things is we rely on a combination of functional assessments, symptom reports, and indirect markers of clearance, like sleep quality and inflammatory panels. Right now, assessing this system is a bit like playing detective. We use a combination of clues to infer how well it's working. However, the future is bright. What's next is we have brain immune imaging that will likely become a standard of concussion care. The future is so bright. Imagine being able to get a clear picture of patients' lymphatic flow and see exactly where it's backed up and why. This will allow us to move from a one-size-fits-all approach to a highly personalized precision medicine and diagnosis for concussion. Why does this matter? Concussion is an immune inflammatory event, not just a mechanical injury. Restoring lymphatic and glymphatic flow helps to reduce brain fog and fatigue, improve sleep and recovery, calm autonomic instability, and support long-term brain health and resilience. It provides a missing link between concussion, immunity, and neurodegeneration. We're moving away from the model of concussion as a short-term bruise to understanding it as a system-wide disruption. By focusing on restoring the brain's ability to clear and heal, we're not just treating symptoms, we're addressing the root cause of prolonged dysfunction. This new paradigm offers hope and new pathways for a more effective and holistic approach to recovery. This also helps us to restore resilience. The discovery of Meningeal lymphatic system has redefined neuroscience. It is a new framework for understanding brain injury and disease. Translating this research into clinical practice, we can help restore the brain's ability to clear and heal, leading to improved resilience, performance, and long-term neurological health. To conclude, this is one of the most exciting breakthroughs in neuroscience in recent years. It gives us a powerful new tool and a new perspective. By supporting the brain's newly discovered immune system, we're not just helping people recover from concussion, but we're building that long-term neurological resilience. And that is crucial for our patients. Instead of just doing things that we're guessing on, it gives us a better idea of exactly what to do. And here are our references for this presentation today. I have had so much fun doing this with you guys. I look forward to doing a couple more videos here, and I hope you guys can enjoy the rest of the videos from other presenters. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining me.